Yo,
It's just y'all. We live.
it's us.
All
My
right.
goodness here. My name is Vic. Yo, we are here with my man Camilo Barahona, talking about his performance over here at Shot in the Dark at Water the Plants. Man, thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Camilo, I just named my wife. I mean, my wife.
I just
That's like a Freudian slip almost. I named my daughter Camila. She's about a month old.
Oh, no way.
Camilo. So Camilo, you're like the masculine Camila, right?
yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
namesake
Good pick.
Twinsies. Tocayo.
there.
Yeah.
Yo, man, it's an honor to get a chance to talk to you and an honor to just kind of like really break down, for everyone watching and listening, like who you are, what you're all about. So let us know, give us some insight into who you are, how you got started playing music. Yeah, and we can go from there.
Special guest here.
Man. So yeah, I've been playing music my whole life, basically. I started playing violin when I was 7. And it's just something that I've always uh, that's just always been a big part of my life. There's been periods when I kind of drift away from it, but I always come back to it. And yeah, I grew up playing classical music. I did orchestra in high school and
Oh wow.
college and all that. Um, and I don't know. I guess it took me a while to figure out what I guess my role would be, but um, I've kind of settled into a place where I think I feel really comfortable, which is um, kind of the more Americana, bluegrass, old time fiddling style. I do all styles, but that's where I really feel comfortable for some reason. And yeah, I mean, in the past few years, I've seen it more. I've felt it more as a lifestyle than rather as a career. I haven't really thought that way in a long time. Um, and yeah, so I mean, this is where I'm at now. I play in a band. It's a lot of fun. Love to write music. Um, and that's really where I get my kicks, is kind of being a part of uh, the process of putting out new material. Recording, playing shows, that kind of thing.
That's awesome. Wait, so how did you fall into like Americana bluegrass, especially coming from like a classically trained background?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Uh, buddy of mine in high school played. Uh, he was uh, he would play Irish reels at lunch, and he was in the orchestra, and I asked him to teach me. He's like, "Hey, that's a cool sound. What's that?" um, and bluegrass and Americana is sort of all derived
Right.
that region. Of course, it's kind of taken on a life of its own, but
Right.
uh, that's kind of like the starting point for all that.
Do you feel that playing the violin helped you play the guitar? Um
Um,
or is it totally different? I mean, I'm a nerd when it comes to those things.
uh, I, I mean, yeah, definitely. Um, I think guitar has come pretty now. I mean, I'm not really much of a guitar player, but yeah, I think it helped me learn learn the basics. Because music is music, and the
Right.
instrument is just how you.
I've always wondered that, like, what I mean, like, especially if, like, you played electric guitar or something like that, like if playing the violin like helped your fingers, like, what I mean, like, especially if you're playing, like, what I mean, like some orchestras type violin type music where it's just like, what I mean, like
Yeah, yeah,
super high intense, what I mean.
It when you it's a good thing point that you make when you're like it's kind of falls into a similar line, right? Like I grew up playing bass.
Right.
Helped me significantly learn guitar. Like I got everything that I kind of needed to get the foundations at least and build
Yeah.
off, right? Because you learn like the root notes and then you're able to build
yeah.
off that to build chords or whatever. So I imagine like it's I think it's interesting, and I think we bring that up because it's like we don't talk to very many people who are like classically trained,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And there's a lot of work that goes into that, as I'm sure you know, right?
Yeah.
So it's really interesting because like it almost feels like sometimes, you know, folks, not saying yourself, but like in general, like folks who are classically trained kind of look down on everything, right? Because
Yeah. I've encountered some people that are like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of a bummer
Yeah.
that exists, but
It's not supposed to sound that way.
right, yeah, and it's like
yeah.
who dictates that? But it's also, you know, it's a little
Exactly.
hard.
That's what you ever watched that James Brown movie, Get Up, or was it Get Up? Was it James
No,
Brown?
Oh man,
Or Get
I
Down
think a
or Get Up?
long time ago I saw a document. All I remember is Hot Tub. That was cracking me up when I was a kid.
But no, but
So,
James Brown would always say, you know, like, you know, that you know, I want you to play all the instruments like a drum, and then like you see like I believe it's like forgot who it was, but someone in his band that's like an old jazz musician that kind of fell into the funk because it was, you know, the jazz was changing, right?
yeah,
And he was like, "Yo, that's not, you know, classically right. You know, that doesn't make sense." He goes, "But does it sound good?" And he
yeah,
goes, "Well," they're like, "Yeah, it kind of sounds pretty cool, you know." And they're
yeah.
like, "Well, God made your ears. You calling God a liar? You know what I mean?"
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
And
There's
I thought that was pretty cool.
definitely with when it comes to
Maceo, yeah.
writing stuff, because I do have a lot of theory that I can fall back on.
Right.
The theory doesn't have the final word; it's the ears.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I can write a fiddle solo or something without having to think about it, and it just comes to me, that's, you know, I love that. That's great. And I like, well, sounds good. I don't have to figure out why it sounds good or pick it apart. And I'm just like, that's my ears tell me all I need to know. But if I'm in a, you know, if I'm having a hard time coming up with something, yeah, maybe the theory can like help me dig myself out of a corner, or you know,
Right.
it's a good tool to have. But,
Yeah, music is so hard right now to like even think about. Like I feel like it's just always been like that, but right now, like you could literally, you know, like, you know, well, you know how you were saying like a mumble rapping and all that stuff, and like beats and hip hop and like the way music's going and like electronics and stuff like that. Like it's all about the feeling, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It has
yeah,
really no structure or anything, like, you know what I mean? Like the less structure you have, like it's almost better, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And when you have like Elton John and Young Thug together, and like Elton John saying like, "Oh my God, you know, I've never worked with someone that, you know, it's that amazing and talented," and he
yeah,
gets it, you know, he gets,
yeah, totally.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's pretty wild, and it throws you back, and you go like, you know, when you're a purist in a form of music, you're like, you always kind of like first, you know, your first thought is like, shame on you for messing
yeah,
up the original style, you know?
yeah. For definitely for people who would turn their nose up at certain styles, I would just say they don't understand it. You
Yeah, they
know,
don't understand it. Yeah.
each style there's a whole world.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole world to it, that, and I wouldn't say anything is easy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
each style has its own challenges,
And then
you
it's
can't.
crazy. It's like everything has a subgenre, and you feel like, you know, this is, I hate this song, but everybody else loves it. Like you're like, what? Yeah. And he was, I was just playing around with this song, you know, but everybody loves this song, you know, like, and you're like, damn, I really want you to like this song.
So tell us about the Blackest Crow / As Time Draws Near. Like, why did you choose that song for Shot in the Dark, and what's kind of the history and story of that song?
Oh God, that's so I really just picked that because and it just hits me. It's so just sad and dark and beautiful, and
Me.
God,
Relatable.
I love that.
God, it's like yeah, it definitely gets me in the feels. And so it's a traditional tune, and from what I understand, it may go as far back as England or Ireland. A lot of the recordings, actually all of the recordings I've heard though, are Appalachian
Mm.
style. Um, so me and Parker listened to Tommy Jarrell, uh, Bruce Molsky, and Red Tail Ring, and we kind of, we kind of did it our own way, um, and a big part of it is just kind of fitting it to Parker's voice,
Right.
to where he felt comfortable. But yeah, I mean, so it's just about someone, two lovers, and one of them's leaving, and they don't want to they don't want to be separated. So
Right.
yeah, it's just a lot of heartache, and it's just a powerful song. So I thought it was great, especially for Shot in the Dark. It's a really intimate sort of performance setting.
Right.
Paul asked me to do it, and I reached out to Parker because I played with him before. He's got such a powerful voice, and his style. He plays old time style music,
Mm.
and so it just he's like built for something like that. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I mean, it's an amazing song, and like, I actually had no idea that it was like it's a cover song essentially, right? It's, it's a traditional
Yeah,
song.
traditional.
So
Yeah.
you guys really took it and made it your own, which, I mean, I'm a big proponent, and I don't know, goodness, I think you and I, especially with Topsoil, the conversation, like having people take
Everything.
songs, covers, originals, other songs, right, and make them their own is like amazing.
Yeah, how do we, these performances, sometimes, everybody gets a shot in the dark, that's the reason why we name it. And I always say that because, we're going to have some awesome musicians, and we're going to have some people that they might have to come back another time, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or whatever, but everybody's been awesome. We've been lucky.
Yeah.
Because we know a good peer group of people, but I see this all the time. It's like it ends up being karaoke,
Right.
Yeah.
when they do covers, what I mean?
Recreate that
Yeah.
same song, where it's like in reality we want to hear what you turn the song into. So I mean, just that fact alone says a ton, man. That says
I want people to say like either like that song was beautiful, I can't believe we wrote that, or because they don't know that it was already a song out, or number two, I like his version better.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you want to get, right?
Yeah. Like definitely ideal, right? So tell me else. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say everyone has their own voice,
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just cool to hear what someone's doesn't necessarily have to be ranked, right? It's just cool.
No, but yeah, exactly. Just in the same way, like someone might not like your style, but what I'm saying, the person that does resonate with your style is gonna be like, wow, I'm gonna bump that style. When I hear that song, I hear him singing it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here, it's like, but yeah, like UB40 and and like all like all those songs, and you think about it, you're like, now I hear that song, I'm like, I can only hear the UB40 style song, and I'm like, all right, well, okay.
People who really took them and made them their own. That's really special.
Exactly.
So tell us, where can people find you online? What do you have coming down the pipeline? Feel free to plug whatever you got going
on. Well, if you like more of the bluegrass style stuff, my band Big Bad Rooster, we have stuff on Spotify. We haven't played in a little while. Our singer moved home, but he's from Maryland and he moved home. So, but yeah, check us out on Spotify. We might start playing again one day. Awesome. What I'm working on now is it's like a punk rock Americana band called Hoist the Colors.
That's like in my fucking wheelhouse. Say more.
Yeah. That band is a lot of fun. I've been playing on and off with them since like for 12 years, I think. And we're recording a new album right now. I would have loved to bring him in, but it's a little loud for Shot in the Dark.
Never fuck with it.
But yeah, hopefully we'll start playing shows soon. We got this album coming out and it's just it's real dark. It's gritty, aggressive, and if people are into that stuff, and I play fiddle and a little bit of accordion on it too.
Nice. What's the
But
name of the band again?
the what?
What's the name of the band?
Oh, Hoist the Colors.
Hoist the Colors. Okay, got it. Awesome, man. Perfect. Well, thank you so much again. We really appreciate it. Appreciate you taking the time. Appreciate you coming on through to the studio. Always just, really appreciative of everyone who comes through, but it's always really nice to, talk to someone and really kind of get their background and feel for everything that they've done and they're doing. So thank you so much, man.
Omar and Vic, thank you.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Yeah. No, I mean, and like I said, well, like anybody's next favorite artist, either is a guitar player, plays a fiddle, whatever. Most people are gonna find them here now. You know what I mean? So this is the resource for musicians that you might know that you should know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of you guys have recorded a lot of great artists. I've been checking it out, man.
Everybody's been heat, and I feel like it's kind of weird though performing it when it's all dark and you can't really see the lights just in your face. You're just like,
oh, I like it.
It's pretty intense. I love it. I did my own shot in the dark. I shadow boxed. All intense. All right, man. I'll let you go. Check out this performance. So right now, you check out Camilo play his fiddle. You know what I mean? And represent for Water the Plants and his whole crew. Where do you stay at? What city?
Long Beach.
Long Beach, LBC in the house. So that's why you know Paul, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, more or less. He recorded one of my first bands.
Okay, well, Paul, man, I mean, is Paul, but Long Beach. Shout out to Long Beach. Art, galore out there, and the LBC, and thanks for once again for rocking with us. And you're always welcome to come and hang out. You ever need anything, you need to record some music or something like that, you holler at your boy, all right?
Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You have a good one.
Yes, sir. Check it out right now.